This video is on using objects. So this is about symbolism, imagery, and if you're doing it well, especially by the later years of high school when you really start developing your writing, hopefully you can take physical objects and extend them into analogies or extended metaphors. And if this is where you want to start with your writing, then that should tell you a lot about yourself. I've used the painting analogy in other videos. You're not going for a portrait. You're not trying to draw a person, but you are trying to focus on an object. So if you're a painter, imagine the painter who paints a bowl of fruit or an apple on a bench. Like, you can make one of the greatest masterpieces. And I've been to international art galleries and seen some of the greatest paintings of the last few centuries, and the object is just amazing. And you're looking at it thinking, this is an apple. That's an amazing apple. I want to jump into that portrait and eat that apple. So don't worry about characters if you're not that way inclined. If you are about things, then things you will write. And what that can, again, it's about finding out the kind of writer you are. So what you want to consider is, now these are a little bit cliche, using the candle because it's so universal and it's so popular. But again, we think candle, you don't have to tell me it's about hope. I can see a candle, and you always hold them in a way, especially if you're walking holding a candle, hoping it won't be blown out. So it's just a natural thing. Don't tell me they were hopeful. Tell me she was holding the candle, nursing it tight, shrouding it with her two hands and staring at it like it was what was left of her quivering essence or something. You know what I mean? Like, this idea of, you don't have to say the theme or the idea. So idea equals objects. And I'll, in the link for the description, I'll put a link to a beautiful TED talk that explains the beautiful ideas of how metaphors work on a psychological level. But another example would be light through the window. Don't tell me it's God. Don't tell me it's enlightenment. Don't tell me it's a vision. I will assume that. That's the beautiful thing. But if you go into more obscure things, like the example, I'm taking the train on the way to work a few years ago, and I'm having to change lines at Blacktown Railway Station, and I noticed the shoes. Not one shoe, because I noticed some guy wearing sneakers, and then I noticed another person wearing leather work boots, and then I noticed someone wearing high heels, and I realised that all these people at Blacktown are being defined by their footwear. So there's a lot of prejudices. If someone's wearing a pair of TNs, or if someone's wearing a high-vis shirt but wearing leather boots covered in paint, or if somebody's wearing very expensive Diana Ferrari high heels with the beautiful sort of sheen on them, you're thinking, well, that assumes a lot about status and class. And the people don't matter. I'm not developing characters here. I'm just saying we get judged by our footwear. So the ideas wouldn't be hope or enlightenment. That would be about judgment, social status, and the fact that everyone uses those exact same shoes to go up the same stairwells, to hop on the same trains, to go on the same steel carriage. And the objects, this keeps extending. It's not about shoes anymore. We all hop on the same silver worm, if you like, and we power off east towards the city, or we power off west towards the Great Dividing Range. So you can talk about any physical object in the universe, but things, your teachers may tell you that things like stopwatches and chess pieces and windows and clocks have been done to death, and watches. So you really want to be trying something fresh and different and quirky. And if you see the world and take a moment to stop and look, you can probably see symbolism almost anywhere. You see a tie, and you've worked in a corporate world for 40 years and you just want to retire already. That beautiful tie, made of silk, very expensive designer label, it's merely a noose. You've had to wear a tie to work. Or you may have had to wear a tie from 13 years of school, plus having to wear a tie for 45 years at work. That's 68 years of the beautiful, shiny, silver noose of one form or another around your neck. So, whatever. I'm just thinking off the top of my head, but if objects are your thing, just go there, and as you write more about objects, other aspects will just emerge. Because again, especially with the New South Wales syllabuses, we're not necessarily looking for narratives, we're looking for creative pieces. So don't worry about having to tick off everything on the cults list of character, object, location, theme, and sequence of events. Just have fun writing objects.